Hey y'all, let's do a raw video. Made you coffee. Here you go. Here's yours. Okay, let's get started. Cheers. I haven't even combed my hair. I had braids in yesterday all day. It's just okay, so here's the skinny on what's going on out here. What's going on in my life? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm in a good mood. Yeah. But I think I blew a gasket. Oh my God, in my car. I've mentioned it for the past year or so that I have a little teeny weeny little drip of oil. There's a gasket that it was loose, dripping down, and it ended up on my alternator. Alternator's going good, but I think the gasket opened up. Oh yeah. So last Monday I was going to leave Quartzsite. I'm done with Quartzsite. I want to go where I can get some cell service. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of important. I do YouTube videos and I have to upload them. Downloading and uploading are two different issues. And I need to upload. And that's not always easy out here in Quartzsite. So, I was going to leave Monday. Well, Saturday and Sunday, it was hot out here in Quartzsite. Let me get another drink. Let's see if I can leave this video unedited so I can start uploading it. Because it's going to take all day. Oh, yeah. Okay, so back to my story. So I was running my air conditioner off and on. And I went out there at one point and I noticed that smoke was coming out of the engine just on one side. I thought, oh my gosh. I looked down and there was oil. It was literally dripping. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh. And it wasn't on the ground. It was just on, well, I don't know cars that well. I can't even explain it. But, well, obviously a gasket opened up and I need to have that fixed. So here's what's going on. I shut down my car, opened the hood because it actually brings oil, like dirty oil smell into my vehicle. So, yeah, I know. More car things. Well, there's 190,000 miles on my minivan. Yeah. Minivan Lee's driving an older minivan. So I made my calls the next day. Because that was on a Sunday when I discovered this. I was going to leave Monday. Thank goodness. If anything was going to happen, I'm so glad that it happened while I was still sitting here. And then I realized that this was going to be a problem. Because if I was out on the road, yeah, that would not be good. I mean, I can deal with it, but it's just more of a hassle. So I'm here in Quartzsite. So I called around and I did find a AAA approved mechanic. A shop, and it's in Yuma, and I'm going to go there in a couple days, and I'm going to hi Paul, he's messaging me. And I always get those notifications when I do my video. I should turn off notifications, but I guess you don't mind seeing my finger move something every once in a while, do you? Okay, good. Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive it out to the road, and I'm going to call AAA, and they're going to tow it into Yuma. Here we come, Yuma. And they're going to run some diagnostics on what the heck is going on with my minivan. Once and for all, let's get this done. Let's get her done, okay? Yeah, we're going to get it done. And they sound really good, and I've told them my situation, who I am, and they're watching for me, and they know that it's going to be towed in. So So then what's going to happen is I'm going to ride with Paul. We're just going to follow behind, and we're going to go and to Yuma for the day. Yeah. We'll hang out and see what their diagnostic results are going to be, you know. So, but it seemed to me that that was the best plan. And I wanted somebody good. There's nobody that's approved in Quartzsite or Parker. I would have had the next one was in Lake Havasu. But I just felt like the people in Yuma would be a little bit better. Lake Havasu right now is uber busy. I mean, just this weekend, the one that just passed, they've got the fireworks show. They're probably so busy. So I didn't even want to bother with Lake Havasu. And it's not that much further going to Yuma. So, okay, here we go. Going to Yuma. Cheers. So good. Now, if I don't edit this video, is it okay if I blow my nose? Because I don't want to edit it out. Okay, here we go. Real life, folks. I guess if we were sitting here having coffee, I would probably just blow my nose, right? Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. Easy peasy. There we go. Okay. So what if it's going to take longer than a day to fix it? What if there's a part that they have to send for and blah, blah, blah? Well, I got my tent. Yes. So before I go, I'm going to take things out and I'm going to store them and get ready for, get ready for an adventure in my tent. That'd be kind of cool. Well, I don't know how cool it would be, but people say it's going to really be cold out there because I'm on an air mattress and they say that the cold air will make the cold. Well, we'll see. It'll be an adventure. Hey, you know, Paul's like, well, you can sleep in my van. And I said, well, where am I going to sleep? He goes, well, on the cot. I said, well, where are you going to sleep? Because that cot, it goes down like we would both be, you know, stuck down in this well of the cot. And he goes, well, I'll sleep on the seat. I'm like, what? We got a tent out there. Hello? Hello? So, you know, yeah. So I'm going to stay in the tent if it takes longer than a day. I mean, if they can fix it in a day, that sounds really groovy. But if not, then we'll come back. I'll stay a couple days in the tent and then head on back and get my van all fixed up. Yeah. So, folks, that's my friends. You guys are my friends. So that's what I'm letting you know what's going on. Yeah. I blew a gasket. I did. So I'm stuck out here in Quartzsite. Oh my gosh. I'm so ready to go. I mean, Quartzsite's beautiful. Gotta give it that. Yeah, it's really great. Yeah. I mean, even the meetup, you all are, if you were at the meetup and everything, you guys are all long gone. You've been here, you've been there, you made it back home, or you're still traveling. I'm still out here. I was so ready to go. But that's the way it is. It's, well, in the next 2 days, we got more wind. We got more wind. Yeah. And in about an hour or so, it's going to start. According to my app, yeah. Let's see what we got here. And this is my T-Mobile phone. Oh my gosh, I got 2.5 bars, which is actually shocking. I usually have like a half of one, a half of a bar. But yeah, morning seems to do better on both of my phones. It's just horrible out here. It's 51 degrees out here right now. It's only going to get up to 68, which is pretty cool. And the wind is, in an hour, it's going to get a little bit more. The wind gusts are going to start at 9 o'clock. And by 7 o'clock tonight, they're going to be 35 miles per hour wind gust. Yeah. You know, I know. How many of you, if you're older, how many of you have ever done that in a long time? I told Paul, I go, that's actually kind of hard to do if you haven't done it in a while when you get older, because kids do it all the time. Like, well, you should try it. It's not that easy if you haven't done it in a long time, because you have to really relax your lips. That's just a side note. If you want to try that, go ahead. We'll wait. I'll give you time. Was it hard? Yeah. Okay. And then tomorrow, oh, yeah. Well, you got to hold on, because it even took a while for my weather app to come up. See the wind gusts, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. All night long. It's like Lionel Richie. All night long. We got wind gusts. And then, so Tuesday night, we got 37 miles per hour. Let's see Wednesday. Oh, great. It says it's going to rain. Well, just in the morning. But wind gust, okay. It's going to calm down by the time we're driving to Yuma. Whew. Okay. So, yeah. Now, it's going to be interesting if I do sleep in my tent. It's going to be interesting having my things in there. It'll be really camping. Because I'm in my van here, but it's going to be real camping. It's going to be fun. Yeah. I hope it's done the first day, though. Let's get some more coffee going through me here. Courtside, I know. Courtside, keep talking about Courtside, but Courtside really was different this year. Oh, yeah, it was. People seemed more grumpy. I think it was because it was just so crowded this year that people were getting kind of like, they were wanting to like bark at other people. I didn't notice that it was as friendly. I mean, we had a great meetup and it was nice with the people around us, but I just felt like when we were in town or out here when we were walking around, people weren't as friendly. Now, I will mention that I have a little update on Times 3 restaurant. No, I'm not going back for a very long time. I'm not going back. The restaurant that I really enjoyed was Karen's. She moved this year. She moved across the street, had a new building, and she's cool. All the waitresses there are cool. And they only charge, get this, 75 cents for a cup of coffee. A lot of these places, even Denny's, they're charging like $2.99, $3.50 for a cup of coffee. I think they're just trying to make their money, that way and get themselves caught up from when there was COVID, things like that. But yeah, 75 cents for coffee. You can sit there. They got nice booze. It's comfortable, nice waitresses. Yeah, and it's not so crowded. So I'm recommending, well, the winner of the restaurants this year for me is Karen's. I did like Times 3. I love their enchiladas. Oh, yeah. I've talked about them, I think. But with the meetup, I did talk about people. It's like, oh, their enchiladas. The enchilada dinner was so good at Times 3 restaurant. It's a family restaurant. Well, the last couple times, horrible service. And if it's at the end of the season, maybe I could say, well, yeah. But if you look at Denny's doesn't have a season. And they keep going. The waitresses just keep going. But this is the end of the season, so now the waitresses are going to start diving downward in their service. The waitress we had yesterday said there wasn't soup. Then she brought me soup. It was the wrong soup. And I just want a cup of soup. It said navy bean soup. I love beans. I love navy bean soup. My mom used to make navy bean soup, and so did I. Love it. But she said it wasn't done yet or whatever. I don't know what was going on with her. And then she goes, oh, it is done. And she brought it. And it was cheese broccoli, which is cool. But I didn't want cheese broccoli soup. And I said, well, this is cheese broccoli soup. She goes, well, yeah. And I said, well, I wanted navy bean. She goes, well, what's on the board? I said, navy bean. She took it, and Paula was already halfway done with this dinner. And I just said, just forget it. Just forget it. You know? So, yeah. So, here's something I just want to mention. So I said, well, did you tip her? I mean, because she was not there for us at all. He goes, well, yeah, I tipped her 10%. I go, well, what was that? He goes, it was like $1.80, something like that. I'm like, wow. So I want to tell you something, and it coincides with that. There's a new feature on YouTube, and it's been going on for a while. Since January, the beginning of January. But I didn't even know it was there either till like 3 weeks ago. And if you look at it's on the same line with if you like it, you can like it or unlike it, you can share it. It's that line there of those little icons. If you just kind of scroll it over, it's called Super Thanks. Super Thanks. It's like Super Chat. Have you ever heard of Super Chat? They used to do, if you could do a video, there was a Super Chat, and people watching could send money to them. And some of those YouTubers, I mean, I've heard they made like $500 or something doing Super Chat, which, I don't know, it just sounded cool. But, well, they now have featured, it's called Super Thanks. And it's like a tip. You can tip me if you liked the video. And there's 4 different amounts. One is $1.99, $4.99, $9.99, and $49.99. Wow, somebody must have really liked my video. But I was thinking, like I wanted to tell y'all about it if you wanted to tip me. Because here's a waitress who did a really horrible job. And how many times do they do that? They brought you food and they wanted to see if you needed coffee and blah, blah, blah. And they get like $5, $10 tips. And, yeah, a lot of, and I just like saying, I'm not begging, but I'm just saying that I put like a lot of time into my videos. $1.99 would be really, really, really cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, tip me $1.99. It's just $1.99. And, yeah. So if y'all want to tip me, there you go. I'll tell you that the last video, oh my gosh, did the filming, and then did the editing, because there was a lot of stitching of all those videos, the day in the fun adventure of Lee and Paul. That took like 8 hours to stitch all that together and put music and stuff. And then uploading it, and it was like 16, 20 hours worth all together doing that. Yeah, I've never seen a waitress spend 20 hours doing something for somebody, but we just normally tip them. So if you want to tip me, it's called Super Thanks. Just scroll, just take your cursor and kind of slide it across to let's see, which way would it go? Slide it, make sure that you slide it to the left so that it reveals on the right. It's called Super Thanks. And you get a special icon, you leave a comment, and it'll highlight your comment. Oh, yeah. And maybe it'll help pay for my car getting fixed, because I think might be expensive. I don't know. But I do appreciate you watching my videos. Okay, enough of the Super Thanks. It's there. I mean, if you watch my video for $1.99, what can you buy for $1.99 anymore? I mean, really. Yeah. Okay. Super Thanks. Give me a Super Thanks. Okay, so, yeah, cell coverage out here. I don't know what's going on out here. A lot of the people are gone, but it's still, I'm crawling. I'm crawling with the uploading. So I can't wait to get back to an area where I can actually get some good cell coverage. so I don't have to spend hours watching, seeing if it's uploading. Oh, here's the weather. Here's my weather report. Let's do weather report. And over here, we have winds coming from the, okay, mostly cloudy. Ooh, today high of 69. 69. Low 44, partly cloudy throughout the day. Okay, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Well, last night I did not need to use my heater at all. And it was really only a 1.5 blanket. I had to, at some point when I woke up, I had to throw the other blanket off. It was just too hot. So, yeah. Now, last night we had another movie night. Paul told me he never watched Castaway. So, I actually rented it, Castaway, with Prime, and we watched it. He'd never seen it. I forgot what a good, excuse me, coffee herbs. Good movie. But in Castaway, when he came back, and they said, well, we got to bring you back to life. We got to bring you back to life. They thought he was dead. I was thinking, oh my gosh, there is no way. He would have had to go to like a psychologist or psychiatrist and a therapist. You know, he was on that island for over 4 years. He was on that island for over 4 years. Can you imagine? But I did notice something I didn't notice in the movie is that when he was driving, they showed him at the end where he was driving, he was drinking the water, he had his old car back, and Kelly gave him the car, and he was driving, and I noticed he had a new ball. It was still in the package. He went and obviously bought the ball. So I was, and then cell service, don't you just love it? It was streaming, did pretty good. It would keep stopping on us, on Paul and I. We were sitting in his van. He was in the driver's, I was in the passengers, and every once in a while it would stop and spin, but it would catch up right at the end. I mean, he's looking down, if you know the movie, he's looking down the road, and he kind of turns, and then he looks down where the girl, the one with the wings, you know, she had on her truck, and he's looking down there, and then it just spun. And so Paul didn't really get to see the end. It would not kick back in. The cell service, it just kept spinning and spinning. We would wait. He'd go get a snack. We'd wait. We waited like 15, 20 minutes so he could, I kept telling him that is the end, but I wanted you to see it, you know, so we could discuss it. So if you've seen Castaway, I mean, like, what did he do? Where do you think he went? Because she listed all the places that it was on this corner. There were 4 places he could go, north, south, east, and west. So, but then when he did turn around, he looked down the road with the gal. And, so in my mind, I always think, yeah, he probably, I mean, what's he got to lose? And I said, what do you think? And Paul goes, well, I think he probably did go down there, because what does he have to lose? He can go down and meet her, you know, and talk to her. But I'm sure he had to talk to somebody about his experiences and what he went through. Oh my gosh. Good movie. And little trivia on that movie. He gained a lot of weight for the first part of the movie. The movie was filmed in 2 sections. The first section, the crew went down there to this island in the South Pacific, and he had gained weight for it because they want him to look like sort of a normal middle-aged guy, right? And they had him just doing things like, well, how would you open a coconut? You know nothing about opening a coconut. So how would you do it? That's why they showed him in the beginning, he's throwing it against this stone wall. And yeah. And then, of course, I forget the exact details about coming up with the ball. But, yeah, you would need, if you were out there, if you were somewhere totally alone, you would need something to talk to. We're humans. We have to talk to people. And so, you know, there's a lot of nomads out here that are traveling alone, and they need somebody to talk to. on a regular basis. I mean, yeah, you can meet people out here, but when I was solo, there would be a few days where I didn't talk to anybody. I was just doing my own thing. And maybe I would go to the store and I would talk to somebody, a clerk. I would maybe make a quick few comments and then, a few laughs, make them laugh and then go away. Well, okay, that was my socialization. I talked to a clerk for 20 seconds, But I realized that the one thing that kept me going as a nomad when I was solo is the WhatsApp. And now I got rid of WhatsApp because there's so many security issues with it. But now I use Signal and I talk on Signal. Texting is different. Texting is a little different. So, it takes more time and it's just different. If you can call somebody, and sometimes you can't call somebody, they're busy. But you can leave an audio message, and I do it on Signal, that I can leave an audio message for them. And then they listen whenever they're ready to listen to it. Uninterrupted, they can hear what my thoughts are. And this way I can get my thoughts out on what they are. And I feel better. I feel like I'm talking to somebody. So my lifeline was leaving audio messages especially for my daughter and then my friends. I had a couple friends that I could leave audio messages with. Well, it makes it hard if you don't have somebody to talk to. So if you feel like you need somebody to talk to, download a Signal, tell your daughter or your parent or your best friend or your boyfriend that you're not maybe traveling with at the point, tell them to download Signal. And then you can leave audio messages and then they'll leave you one and you listen to it when you want to. I mean, you could be up in the middle of the night. One of my friends, George, hey George, and how's mom? And he's in Australia, so I'm awake, he's asleep. And then he's awake and I'm asleep. So we will do that in the night and we can leave messages. But even, I think George said that he got rid of Signal. And so it's hard to leave audio messages. So George, if you want, let me know if you want to go back to Signal. And then we can, it's just easier to talk. Because sometimes texting, I want to really express myself. But it's hard. It could be a text that's this long and and I don't really have time. But sometimes when I'm out walking, then I can leave a message. Yeah. And Paul's parked right over here, but we leave messages for each other all the time in the morning. Leave a message. Hey, did you sleep good? We'll leave an audio message, not just a text, but an audio. And then Paul and I were friends all last year. We met out here in Quartzsite. And a lot of people want to know, what's your situation? What's with you and Paul? Well, we met out here and just happenstance, I was traveling with a friend and we met. And he came over to see if I really was Minivan because he thought he recognized me the night before. And we were starting a fire with my friend and everything, and he just kept watching. Well, so we met there and then left and came back, and I was kind of in the same area because I liked it. And I looked over and there he was. And I remembered his name was Paul. So I would go over and talk to him every once in a while. When I was in Quartzsite last year, I would stop. I was solo and I would go. And then I parked. I found a nice place to park. And I would actually walk. It was a good walk. And I'd walk over and say, hey, how you doing? And just friends. I mean, he seemed so cool. Then I asked him if he wanted to do a podcast and I could interview him, and he did. And that was cool. You can get that on This Nomad Life with Lee and Paul. It was, at the time it was called This Nomad Life. Now it's called This Nomad Life with Lee and Paul because we both do the podcast together. So we were just good friends. And then I met Jack and then Mary and Myung came and just, yeah. And then Max. And we were parked in an area, and I walked over there. I said, you're kind of secluded over here. Why don't you come park with us? Well, he had to think about it for a couple of days. He likes being solo himself. Excuse me. I'm not going to edit this out, so I guess if we were just friends having coffee, you would hear me do that, right? Okay, so then we just became really good friends. And I was always hanging out by his Ram ProMaster. I don't know, he just seemed very, he seemed very nice and easy for me to talk to. Well, everybody finds him easy to talk to, but yeah. And then he was going to go back. And so he left, and I kind of missed him. And so I actually texted him, and I said, I kind of miss you. And he goes, well, I kind of miss you too. So then what happened was the next 7-8 months, we just either text, and then we got WhatsApp, which we later got rid of and turned it over to Signal. We used Signal app. But we got to know each other using audio messages. And he was sort of my lifeline. Around that same time, getting towards the end, my daughter didn't want to do the audio messages anymore, so he truly was my lifeline. And then Jack got onto Signal, so he became, I needed lifelines. And of course, Paul and I were getting closer and closer, so of course, I enjoyed that. But yeah, you do need to back to that. So that's our situation. Then I'll finish that story before I move on again. But he got rid of all of his stuff. He wanted to go full-time, nomad life. And he drove out here from Michigan. And we've been traveling together ever since. We met in Reno, and then we moved on over to the coast. And he became a beach bum with me, yes. Okay, so that's our story. That's how we met, and so it's important that these lifelines can be useful for a long-distance relationship. Oh, yeah, because we really got to know each other. Of course, face-to-face, you really, really get to know each other, but we cemented a good foundation on WhatsApp, and then later Signal. WhatsApp has a lot of issues there with Facebook. So back to that, back to the Castaway movie, because it has he didn't have anybody to talk to. He was sort of a homeless nomad stuck out on this island. And he was with a ball, which is funny because of what they said. Yeah, he's my ball. No. Remember, if you didn't watch the last video, we went to a restaurant, and it was a young kid, and he goes, well, what's your name? So we can call you when your table's ready. And he said, Paul. And I looked over it. I could see it. He wrote ball, B-A-L-L. And of course, I started laughing. And then she called us right away. So I'm still kind of giggling. And Paul can't understand a word I say when I'm laughing. So he's made that quite clear. And so when the hostess, she was an older lady. She goes, she wasn't the one that wrote the name down. The kid did. And she goes, okay, right this way, ball. I could not believe it. So he's and now everybody's running with it. Hey, Paul. Well, he's my ball. He's Wilson. He's my ball. Where is this discussion going? Sorry, Paul. I mean, ball. Good coffee. Good conversation. Yeah. So it's been hot here. Not going to be for the next couple of days because the wind's going to be blowing. I'm going to kind of be stuck in here. I'm going to get some paperwork done. Writing that will not include internet or cell service because that ain't happening. I will mention that the whole time I've been here, I keep a lot of my business things on this older phone, T-Mobile. When I get back to Tucson and get back to cell service, I'm going to spend a full day doing all my paperwork and all my business work. Because it has not happened. I got here like January 3rd. I haven't done anything because I can't. I need internet or some kind of connection up to my app, for that. So, yeah. Now, Paul's coming around here. I wonder what he's doing. I see Paul out there. Hey, Paul. He's checking the tent for breaches of security. Yeah, because the wind's going to start up pretty soon. What time is it here? It's going on 8 o'clock, so the wind's really going to start kicking up in an hour and a half. So this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be in here for 2 days, and I'm going to do some outlining and some organizing and all that stuff. I wanted to do this coffee chat because it was a little bit easier for me on the filming end of it. And I'll go over the editing, but I'm going to really try my best not to edit this because I think you guys like unedited videos. Let's just talk as friends. And as friends, and I hope when I mention like the super things, and I hope you don't think I'm begging. I really am not begging for money. It's just being a YouTuber at my level, it's not equal pay at all. And I could make twice the amount if even I just went to Amazon and worked, So it would really, every once in a while, I would really appreciate it. It would be like a tip. Just think of it. Don't do more than $1.99. I mean, if you want to, but don't do more than $1.99. But that's even less than coffee. If you really like this, just every once in a while, give me a super thanks. It will keep me going up here and in my pocket. So yeah, I'll try, and I really am enjoying doing better videos for you. The last video we did, I did so much filming, and it does require. I've looked at other YouTubers too that do that. It requires moving the tripod like 1,000 times. I don't know. You got to move that tripod all the time to get a different shot. So yeah. It's interesting, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But if you don't really make a good income off of it, it does kind of bring your motivation down just a little bit. It's like, wow, I could be going to work and go make money, someplace else. But so that's that. Almost done. I think my cards are down here. So hope you don't mind that I'm all bleh. I'm all bleh. Yeah. Now, I have braids, but I do take them out, and here's why. At night, if your guys do, hey, I'm seeing a lot of guys with braids. Oh, yeah, and you want to keep your hair nice, too. Yeah, a lot of people say, oh, I don't care if my hair. Oh, you do care. Don't give me that. Well, if you leave your braids in, and they're just down when you're laying down, your braids are stuck. Your hair's stuck in here, so when you sleep, it will break your hair at here. So you end up with like little hairs going out here because it broke off, yeah. So when I get to Tucson, I need to get a hotel room, motel, and color my hair. I'm going to go a little bit more red, I think. Paul likes red. It's just a more tinted red, so you'll see that. Yeah, my hair. I know I'm out in Quartzsite still. I don't know. I haven't given up. But I mean, I still every night I clean myself up. I wash myself down. I use tea tree oil. I take care of my face. But as far as like all looking woo, and put makeup on and everything, it ain't happening, folks. It just isn't. I'm like, I'm out here in Quartzsite. There's so much dust. Well, not where we're at, but normally when the wind blows, it's dusty. I'm out in the sun. There's no shade unless I'm in here or I'm in my tent or I'm in town in a restaurant. That's the only shade I get out here. Yeah, and the self-service, yeah. It's different out here, and I'm ready to go, but I can't. I got stuck. I got stuck here. And, I'm really not. I was so anxious to go when I found out that my before I found out that I had I think a gasket is loose. It opened up more. But you know what? And then I thought, wow, I'm kind of stuck out here. And all of a sudden my brain kicked into like, wow, I can make this fun. Like, ooh, I'm stuck out here. I was thinking of putting oil on my face and ooh, being all like really like cave woman out here. Ooh, I'm stuck out here. Gotta find food, get my bow and arrow. Yeah. Well, you know, I have a big imagination. And so I kind of had fun with it. And then, Glenna is still here. And she's parked really close to us. So we're all kind of looking out for each other. And then Mark came, William Devane, a.k.a. William Devane. He was out here for a couple of days. We had a fun fire. Oh, my gosh. It was just the four of us, and we were just, it was uproarious. It was fun, yeah. And I did a little complaining about uploading problems and about YouTube, how they keep changing. YouTube keeps changing the algorithms on us, yeah. They really do. And just when you think you're getting ahead, you're not. So, but I'm going to keep doing them. I'm going to keep doing videos for y'all. So, well, we're getting to that point where I hope you had coffee with me. A lot of you say you wait and have coffee with me. I hope if you're watching this video, you know that it uploaded. Because it's going to take all day. It's morning, and I'm going to, as soon as I get done, and I'm going to start uploading this. So, I love you guys. I love you all so much. And I'll keep doing the videos. It doesn't matter what I make. I know I'm just going to keep doing them. But, yeah. Give me a super thanks. Give me a super thanks. Let's see how it goes. And then you can test it out. So, I love you guys. And don't forget about the book, How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Leeway, if you're thinking about this. Or you have a friend who's thinking about this lifestyle. And please subscribe. Give me that thumbs up. Yeah. And just scroll over. Super thanks. Super thanks. And what? Oh, and then the podcast, This Nomad Life with Lee and Paul. And I've got my Amazon links. Yes, that helps me out too. So all those things. And then I've got stickers and magnets. Now, I did get an order on my sticker and my magnet. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, don't forget about those if you want to. And it's a way to support me. It's a way to support me. Support me. I know I sound, support me. No, but I love you all, you guys. And so, till next time. And I will let you all know. Let's see, we'll get the finger in there. Point my finger at you. Will let you know what happens with my minivan. Minivan Lee and her minivan adventure. Yes. Bye.